We're all about orchids today. I've got a few in bloom to show you. This one has Alisara Marfitch, Howard's Dream. As you can see, it's quite a large spike. I've got a bunch of buds that are still waiting to come out. But I had to film today because one of the other orchids is going to be losing its blooms soon. I think this is one that is very, very beautiful, and it's honestly quite popular. I definitely saw examples of it at the local orchid show earlier this year. And I can see why it's so popular. It's got a really lovely shape with the way it throws its petals and sepals back. And then of course this great patterning on it. This is Fiocalanthe Kryptonite. I got this in spike at the orchid show that I was talking about. Across from the Fias family. I'm not very familiar with it, but it is a deciduous orchid, and it has these beautiful blooms that have all of the petals and sepals arrayed almost in a half a starburst shape. This is Bretonia Lavender Kisses, and it was one that I've shown you in bloom before. I bought it last year in spike, but this rebloom this year has given me just this massive spike, so that's pretty impressive. I guess it's really happy with the conditions here. This is the one that is about to lose its blooms over the next week or so. You can kind of see, I noticed this morning this one is going out, so I thought, well, I better film this video. I was hoping to wait until this baby was back in bloom. As you can see, she's opening up, but it's probably going to be another week or so before she's open. This is the Pathwardii. This is her second bloom from the same growth this year, so again, apparently that's doing pretty well. Then I'm super happy about this. I wasn't expecting this to go into spike this year. This is Bretonia Shelob, and I've had the Bretonia Shelob Tolkien before. This is the Okika, which is the name of the nursery that developed it, and the Okika has these beautiful variegated tips on the leaves. But as far as I can tell from reference photos and from my memory of it, the flower on Shelob Okika and Shelob Tolkien are pretty similar. So I'm very happy to have that back in my collection and have it throw a spike up for me this year. So that's what we've got right now. Pretty exciting. Some really lovely blooms. I'm really happy with this giant spike, which has lasted a long time. And this one is supposed to stay in bloom for at least a month. And as you can see, it's not all the way open yet. And then yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous one. I bought it last winter when it was in bloom. It was a mistake because by the time it arrived, the blooms had all dropped from the cold. But here we are, it's decided to flower for me, so I can't complain.